concept which I've tested in the Middle East and done it in different places, where football analogies, how good are your wedges? Okay. Is okay going to get you to where you want to be? No. But your wedges are the mental antidote. The mental antidote. So I worked with a player, a female, who, you know, we'd won on the ladies' tour, and I was pulling my hair out. I'd done everything with her, and I said to her, and she wasn't the hardest worker, and it was interesting. She was an Aston Villa fan, and at the time, I was like, why is it not clicking? It was almost like this excuse that the Asian, if you were born in Southeast Asia, you had this work ethic and you had this short game that was, you know, it was in your DNA.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still exists today. Some people look at, you know, a player from that part of the world and go, well, you know, why are they so much better? Like they've been born that way. Right? So I said to this, girl, and it's still, even, you know, some of the top players, they don't get it. And I said to her, your wedges are like Ashley Young and Stuart Downing. Now, if you remember back in the day, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Darren Bent.
Yeah.
And I said, Darren Bent doesn't score all those goals unless he's getting that service from Ashley Young and Stuart Downing. Mm-hmm. Lights are going off. I said, an 80-yard pitch shot is like Steven Gerrard pinging it cross pitch. I said, a bump and run is a bit like Luka Modric threading it through the defence. And a little cut lob is like Paul Scholes flicking it over the top. She went, nobody's ever explained it like that. Pennies were dropped. And I'm thinking, why has she not got that? So I created, it wasn't just from that, but it's like evolved. And it's you know, it's done in a group session or an individual session. I remember putting Tyrrell on this. Obviously his reactions on the golf course, and there's like 5 boxes of a specific length, and I'm going into detail now that would probably confuse you, but it's 5 boxes from 20 yards. This is what you probably get. So 20 yards, you're here, that's 20 yards away. Everything in our life is dictated by lines. Motorway, car in place, lines. What would tell us that this was a tennis court? White lines. What would tell us it's a football pitch? White lines. But here's what's interesting, Steve. Every sport in that context is aiming at a box.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah? Go to the byline, cross into a box. Mm-hmm. Roger Federer stands there all day, hits a box. If you said to him, can you hit the baseline just inside, he'd be able to drop it, any kind of shot, into the baseline. If you said to him, I want you to drop it in the service box, but not in that corner, I want you to drop it in that corner, he'd have the skill to be able to do that. Yeah? With
Correct, me? Absolutely, yeah.
That line, that distance does not change for him. A cricketer, line and length, 22 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Golfer. Where's the boxes? No boxes. What does a golfer struggle with? Distance control.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Distance control. Why do they struggle with it? Well, one, because they've no references. Footballer, reference. Tennis player, reference. Cricketer, reference. Doesn't change. I'm like, okay, this is the same for me, because if I want to throw a ball to the wall, I'm just going to see it and go. I'm trained to see that distance, but all of a sudden you get on a golf course and it's like, oh, now something changes. All these factors that interfere with what I've seen interfere with this. Then you put in this target that is this thin, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that, and then somebody's telling me I've got to land it because I've been educated with see your landing spot. So I ask a pro, I go, tell me where the landing spot is, and he says it's about that big. And I'm going, you are not that good.
Yeah.
And I don't care what that handicap number is, to be landing it on that consistently. Especially where it's taken away.
Yeah, there's no visual.
All of the, yeah, absolutely. Yeah? But then, let's go back to cricket, tennis, football, volleyball, badminton. They've all got boxes. Making sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, here's what happens. So, we have 5 boxes, all right? I'll show you visually. I think I've got some on my phone I can show you. You have 5 boxes. You're here 20 yards away. All stays the same. Why? Because then it becomes like a tennis court. Yeah? And the drill is you've got to hit box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. 15 balls. Straight away we've given you a test. Yeah? So it's putting you under pressure because there's a number there. But also visually, you can see these boxes, all right? Now, Emirates Golf Club, Abu Dhabi, all of them, we with women, high handicap as well, because I actually created it initially for the amateur golfer, you know? But then I put, the best player I put on it was Tyrrell, all right? So I was like, so these boxes are big boxes, right? Metaphorically, they're big boxes. This is 2.5 by 5 yards, right? 2.5 by 5. So let's look. It's about the size of this, yeah. But this is. Why do I know that? Because I see it all the time, yeah. And if I'm an architect and I come into this room, me and you could have a bet with him and say, would you guess the square footage of this room? Now, if he bet me £100, I'd go, not quite sure. I bet if we bet him £100, he'd go, boom, yes. Why is that? He sees it all the time. Yeah? Back to cricket, tennis, volleyball, whatever. They see that line all the time, Steve. Golfer. How far's the flag? With no gadget. About whatever. Now, here's what's going on. When you say about, uncertainty.
Yeah, doubt, absolutely.
Doubt. So, again, you can take it from pro to amateur. The levels of uncertainty are going to change. And it's going to be like about, not quite sure, no commitment. You with me? Yeah, you're getting this, aren't you? There's no commitment because it's almost a guess. And a good friend of mine, putting guru, Zen Golf, Nick Middleton, said to me, the closer you get to the hole, the more uncertain you are about the actual distance, the more interference you're going to get from here down to here. The more uncertain you are. So if you're like, oh, it's about, yeah? So here's where Wedgeology comes in. I'm here, wherever I am, my first port of call is, where is 20? Where's 20? Because I've spent this time practicing. There's 20. There's a white line, like a tennis court. There's 20. So visually, I've seen it. And I know what 20 looks like. I know what box 1 looks like. I know what box 2, 3, 4, 5. I have this visual in my head. So Alistair in Dubai said to me, he said, we go onto the golf course, and he goes, all I can see is boxes. That's all I can see is boxes. So he's going, right, flags in, box 3. Yeah? So here's what happens, Steve. I've got a putter. Shouldn't be doing this with a putter, but here's what happens. Let me do it with a 9 iron. Okay? Actually, I should put it on the board for you and show you here. So flags in box 3. Yeah? You with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I going too fast for you?
Loving it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So flags in box 3, right? Let's say this is box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5. Flags in box 3. I'm not aiming at this. You ain't that good.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like at any level.
Put it in box 3. Put it in box 3.
You ain't that good to be aiming at that.
Yeah.
And this is going to cause anxiety, stress.
Yeah.
But you've just spent an hour going box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. Here you go. Here's the visual.
Yeah.
Here's the visual. Yeah? Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5. Here's your visual, right? Okay? I'm at 20 here. Yeah? Flag is in box 3. Forget the flag. You've just spent an hour or weeks drilling, hitting boxes. So we're not stopping it in the box. We're not interested in stopping it in the box. We're interested in it landing in the box. Okay? You with me? Mm-hmm. So I'm here at 20. And I pitch it. And at some point, this is what we're saying, Steve. We're saying, so I go out. We've drilled it for about an hour, let's say. And then I go out and put the flag in. Where's the flag? Box 3. Which box are you going to hit? Box 3. Off you go. So what do? Ball comes, hits box 3. Where does it go, Steve?
Somewhere close-ish.
No.
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it hits box 3
Because it's box 4.
and shoots off into box 4. Teaching point. Teaching point. Play the shot. You have to watch it until it stops. That means you've got to hold your finish. Now, you know, all pros say to players, hold your finish, right? Okay. But here's the reason why from a mental perspective. So you play the shot. What are they doing? Oh, scraping the next one. They play a shot. Shit. Scrape the next one. Ball's still going. Play the next one. Oh, that was okay. No awareness of it finishing. Here's what Wedgeology does. You play the shot, you hold your finish until the ball has stopped. Why? Number 1, you don't do this on a golf course. Number 2, when you've hit a poor shot and you're reacting to it, we say there's normally 3 reactions: good, bad, neutral. Wedgeology is 2 reactions: good and neutral. So the neutral reaction, you miss and you just hit the line. Let's say you hit the line here. Good miss. Close. So what we're doing is we're celebrating. We're not getting like this, Steve. We're not going, shit. Because it might have been just outside the line.
Yes.
But when we get on a golf course and it lands here, it lands here, and you're going, oh oh shit. You're like draining the emotional bank account. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
But if you say close, yeah? Close. Watch it finish. And it lands, and you watch it finish. The time that you normally react is like it comes down. In Buddhism, they call it the gap. It's like if you have an argument and you're reacting, it's like, let me just calm down first. But this is the tool. So the guy I was talking about before, who was 30th, I'll not mention name. So I gave him, I know that player from 20 yards away. This is the 20-yard line, yeah? I know he can hit these boxes all day with his eyes closed, yeah? It's not about can he hit the box, it's what happens when he misses. So, first ball, hits, second ball, misses, third ball, misses. That was what we were after. So it actually highlights, and believe me, Steve, I've had pros on, I've tested it with pros, coaches. Here's what the feedback, they go, first of all, I never realised how much I react to poor shots or misses. So they just didn't realise, because it's unconscious, yeah? The second thing they say is that holding the finish calms them down. And the third thing is that they realise if they're doing that, imagine what the amateurs are doing. And an amateur is going like this, scrape. Yeah? So this is why I say, if I was starting over again, start with, because the byproduct, and I didn't realise the byproduct of this, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5. See, what happens is, when you, and by the way, these two are usually some of the more difficult ones to hit. Because, people are like, oh, give me a full wedge. Yes. So, coming back, because it's, are you with me still? Yeah? So, where's the flag? Box 3. Hits here, shoots on. They're like, what's... You've not been watching it, stop. Because if you watched it stop and you knew the flag was in box 3, what have you got to hit now?
You've got it going forward.
Box 2. Oh, right. So I hit box 2. Forget the flag. Just hit the box. And then watch what happens. And, oh, interesting. Not aiming at the flag. Flag can be here. And so I move the flag again and I go, I know this is an interesting way of demoing this. Where's the flag? Box 4. Which box are you going to hit? Box 3. Commitment. That's all they're doing, is committing to not thinking about anything else. Box 3. Whatever type of shot. Now, depending on how good you want to be, where you are, a lead performer, you have to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.